Cecilia with another tutorial. This time I needed to make something to show you how can you use a complete collection or DCE paper pad, and I choose to use the little one because since the first time that I saw this on the social media, I was in love, completely in love. So I already made an album, a big album in Armoire, and you will see it on the pictures. And I use the 12 by 12 and patterns and solids and 2 or 3 sheets of the 8 by 8 to fussy cut. But this is the cover. I use this part of the cover for my album. So I'm going to use this to make a kind of, it's a notebook for the mother, because I'm going to give that armoire and album to a friend of mine for her granddaughter, and I want to send her also the notebook to, or journaling, something to write everything about the baby girl. Okay, so my idea is to reuse one of the cereal boxes, and I already cut this. I want to tell you the measurements. This is a little bit more than 12. Okay, this is not long enough. This ruler, it is 12 and 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to cut a little bit here the long side, the width, but this is 5.5. Okay, so with the long side here, I start making some marks, and the first one is at 4.5, 4 5/8, 4 3/4, 4 7/8, and 5. All right. Next, 9.5, 9 5/8, 9 3/4, 9 7/8, and 10. Okay. Now let me remove this piece, and here the width is going to be 4.5. So I am just going to mark the first scoring line here and try to align the top and the bottom. Okay, now the last one in this block, because in that way we will have a little spine that will measure a 1/2 inch. Okay, now we are coming to the next block, and again we are just doing the first scoring line and the last one. Okay, and all right, this will be something like that. Okay, but I think this is too long, so I'm going to cut this piece to leave about 1 3/4 here. So I'm going to make my pencil mark here at 1 3/4, and then I am just going to cut that piece. This is going to be a kind of Midori. Okay, so I'm going to use this gorgeous washi tape, because I want to cover all around the edges. Okay, all around in all the edges, and also in both spines. Okay, and of course here we can, with something, we can help to give it the form here. Okay, this curve in this way. Okay, So this is going to close in this way, and I think this is a perfect size. It's going to be 4.5 by 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to start adding this, but in the back. Okay, and I like to add a little bit of glue. Let me think, because probably it's better if I start adding here. To do the same in this side, and then I'll come back. Okay, here it is ready, but this needs to dry, of course, and we need to let this dry. In the meantime, I'm going to cover all around, but I want to round my corners a little bit, so I'll be using my crocodile in a 1/4 inch punch. We need to press here and wait until this dry, because in a moment we need to shape here, you see, and we want to be sure the glue is dried. Okay, this is ready, and now I am going to add, we'll need 2 of the eyelets, but I am going to add the papers. I am using mostly the 8x8, but this one and the green are leftover pieces that I have from the patterns and solids. Okay, so the first thing we need to do right now is start adding the papers. Oh, but now I remember that I need to round my corners, so let's do it before we attach this. All right. Okay, I already stick everything, and now it's the moment to add my edgelets here. Of course, in this side I'm going to do it so I don't want this to be too inside. I want them close to the edge. I have this in soft peachy pink that matches perfect with this okay. Now we need to work with the closure, and I am thinking to add this because it's too gorgeous, and this is a leftover piece that I use in another project with black pink ink, but now I'm going to use this one. So I want to add this and use it here. Okay, I'll be adding a magnet here. Of course, we will need a strong magnet. And then we are just going to stick this here. And we need to be sure it is a stick. That's something very important because we don't want to lose the magnet and then this won't be working properly. I am just trying to center here in my ribbon the magnet. And I'll be waiting here a moment until this is dry. You can see here the magnet. Now my idea is to stick this piece here. This will be around here, and then add another magnet here to make my closure. Okay, so first I think we can start gluing this piece, maybe more in the bottom. signatures, I'm going to make them at 4 7/8 of an inch tall. I need to be sure this is a stick. Close. Okay. Four and 3/8 of an inch. 4 3/8 of an inch wide. It's going to be my measurement, but in here 4 7/8. So I'll be using these papers. I have here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Well, I'll be adding 10. It's okay. As many pages that you want to add, it's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to cut first the tall side, which is 4 7/8, and then I am just, because here I have 8.5. This paper are A4 size, so it's 8.5, and I am planning here 4 3/8 of an inch, so I will need to cut later. I am just going to crease them in a half, and then with my cutting knife I'm going to cut the excess in the side. So we need to start cutting the tall side. Okay, and let me tell you what I am doing right now. I almost finished, because I don't want it to add my sheets just like that. So I made some stamping, and I use first with archival ink because it's a permanent ink. I stamp randomly, of course, with this gorgeous stamp by G45, Script and Argyle stamps. It's called this one, in both sides. Okay, then I use, of course, these gorgeous little one stamps to make more stamping randomly. I use this because it's super cute in all the sheets in both sides, and then I just change my stamping, the balloons, the rainbow little one, welcome, the gorgeous bunny, and I use them, all of them. Okay, but now I want to add just a little bit, and of course when I was stamping I have this in the back. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of colors. I'm going to use some inks and then add some water, and using any brush, because this is the quickest way to do it. Okay, I am just adding colors a little bit, well, not colors, only one color, but in all this. Okay, I already have this perfectly aligned with the center, and holding this with some clips, it's going to be easier. Now I have my needle and the thread. I'm going to measure maybe 5 lengths. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, I prefer to cut a little bit more and remove the excess instead of losing this. Okay, first I'm going to find my center here using my Tim Holtz ruler, which is really handy for this. And I've made my first mark at the 6th. Okay, now I think every half an inch it's going to be a good idea. So I am just marking every half an inch, okay, in both sides of the center, of course. You can see here, and here is one. And now we need to use this to open, and I like to do it in this way. I'm going to start here. Now here I am just going to cut this in. Now I am making my knot, double knot here. Of course, it's better to make a double knot and really tight. Okay. This doesn't look nice, so to cut this, I'm going to use my ruler. I need to align it with the cardstock and then start cutting with my knife. And you need to have the blade really sharp. Okay guys, this is already finished, and I just want to make a quick review and tell you what I did. I just add some fussy cut pieces, one of the tickets here, one of the gorgeous cloth. I think this is recorder, one of these flowers, the shoes on top. Behind of this is one of the cubes, some leaves and some cherry branches, one flower, this gorgeous flower from the collection, just fussy cut. Here is one short, another cube, and I just found some of my pearls, so I added 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and the other 3 are here, because I just wanted to cover this top with a piece of lace. So because there is a gap, I add my purse. Now here I just stick this assortment, one of the cubes and one flower. Now when we open here, we also have one ticket and one flower, just to complete this decoration. And I made a tassel. I just went in my stash and found some trims and ribbons, and this one that I made for my armoire. And then I just made a tassel. I have one of the wooden I don't remember the name of this, but I just use white gesso and then white acrylic, no, white metallic wax, and that's it. The back with my name, one other ticket, some flowers, and now let's make a quick review inside. When we open, we still have here some space, probably we can have. Because I love these clothes so much. Well, let me add at least one of the tickets. Because they are gorgeous and they are already cut. So we can use this and this one here as well with the cribs. They are really, really gorgeous tickets and images. I am so in love of this collection. Okay, that's it. Here I left this in this way because mom can add some picture if she wants, or just leave it like so because it's so beautiful. Here you watch, there's a pocket. I made some embellishment here and some mats for adding pictures, and these are so cute. I love it so much. Probably you can see here the sweater as well as here. Now when we open here, I just place another mat, and this because it's so beautiful, and all the pages are stamped and well, not distressed, inked a little bit. You already watched me the technique that I use just to add more interest in the pages. Okay, here in the back there is another pocket with another space for picture, as well as here two more mats. Oh my gosh, this is super cute, this paper collection. It's so beautiful, really. Oh, thank you, G45, for letting me play with this. And here, you already watched, it's open to add something in the back, okay? And here, that's it. I think this is a wonderful present for any mom, and you can recreate this as well with another paper collection. It's so beautiful and really cute and quick to make as a present. Thank you so much for joining me in this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next